everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a highlighting contouring video because I asked a few videos back if anyone would be interested, and I got quite a good response to that. Like, a few of you said you were interested in seeing one. So I'm going to show you how I contour and highlight my face, and I don't do this every single day. I do this if I'm going out at night, or if I'm going somewhere special, or if I know I'm getting a photo taken that day. I'll do this just because, have you ever had a photo taken and your face just looks bland, like it looks one colour? So if you want to know how I highlighted and contoured my face, I'll show you right now. Okay, so the first thing I use is a primer, and this is a new primer I've bought maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's the Revlon Photo Ready one. So I'm still kind of getting used to this one. Another alternative, if you don't want to spend that much on a primer, is the Australia's one, or the NYX Photo Ready. Photo Finish, I think it is, not Photo Ready. So I'm just evenly applying this all over your face, and this will just help all the products stay on. Now I'm getting my foundation, and this is the Revlon Photo Ready one in Shell. I'm just going to dot that all around. You don't need much foundation if you're doing this technique of contouring because you get a lot of coverage from it anyway. And I'm just going to be using my Sigma Angled Top Kabuki brush, and you just want to kind of buff the foundation. And I'm going to be using this palette right here that has all my concealers and stuff like that on it. And you don't really have to have a palette, but this was actually quite inexpensive, and I will list all the products I use in the butt bar below. I find having a palette just kind of helps have everything in one place, but you only really need a kind of a lighter colour or a slightly yellow one, and I'm going to be using this one here, which is slightly yellow. And I'm just using my Sigma Precision Tampered brush here. So I'm right on my cheekbone, and if you don't know where your cheekbone is, you're just going to feel around here, and then you'll find your cheekbone. If you feel your cheekbone, you can feel there's a top of your cheekbone and a kind of bit where it stops, so that's the part that usually goes hollow. And so you want to put the yellow colour just in the really thick line right there, so it covers, so it basically covers all your cheekbone. And I'm putting a little on the sides of my face as well. And X marks the spot on my forehead. And now I'm just going to take that brush that I used for my foundation, and I'm lightly patting it on top, and that basically blends it in for me. You can use your fingers if you want, and it just kind of warms the product up and blends it as well, so it's completely up to you. You don't have to use a brush for this bit. Okay, and now I'm just using the Garnier Roll-On Under Eye cream thing that's meant to get rid of dark circles. I'm just going to use this, and it's kind of in the lightest colour, I think it is. And I'm just going to do right at the corners of my eyes, and then with my ring finger I'm going to blend that out. So usually I would use a concealer or foundation that's 1 to 2 shades darker to the contouring, but I'm going to be using this dark one right here so it picks up on camera better, so I'm using this really dark one. For that I'm using the same brush that I used before. And basically you want to find the hollow of your cheek. Actually you can feel it's right under your cheekbone. So some people do that face, that does help find it, but you're just going to bring it in halfway. So you can use a really dark colour like I did. You're just going to make sure you go blend it out really well. So I take mine about to there. I don't really go any further than the arch of my eyebrow. I go around my forehead, and just at the arch of my eyebrow I just dab a little bit there. Also go and contour your nose, so I'm just bringing it down the sides of my nose a little bit. Like that, and it looks kind of weird now. And I know this looks kind of weird, but we're going to blend it all out. And so for blending I'm going to be using this brush and my fingers as well. So with blending the sides, I like to blend downwards. You don't want to blend up because that's what all your highlighting is. I'm just going and taking the highlight colour again and putting it down the middle of my nose. So I'm just going to be using a blotting powder, and you want to use kind of like as much of this translucent powder as you can to put on top of this so you don't ruin the effects going on up underneath. And I'm just using this kind of brush here where it's really dense and flat, and I'm just going to pat that on. You don't want to rub because then you'll rub away all your hard work. For blush, I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm also going to be using this really pale light one right here as well. So I'm taking this one first, the darker one, and it's not even that dark, it's just like a normal colour blush. And I'm smiling and applying it to the apples on my cheeks, and then very lightly blending that upwards in circular motions. And I'm taking this pale one here, and I'm just going to put that on top very lightly. You just really want to make sure your bronzer or your highlighter is not sparkly, because you don't want to like turn around and have like sparkles all down the side of your nose or on the side of your cheek. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions or tips and tricks that you like to use, or any suggestions for future videos in the comment box below.